Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jacqueline and in today's video I'm bringing you a review and full day wear test of the brand new Shiseido foundation, the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation, as well as the concealer. But before we get started, and if you're new here, please consider to subscribe to my channel and ring that little notification bell. Also, come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know more about this foundation and the concealer, just keep on watching. Okay, my friends, so yet again, another foundation review. I'm talking about the new Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation, but I'm also bringing you the review of the concealer. Again, is as well from the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing type of line. So I have these two products. I picked them up at Sephora, and the cost of the foundation is $47, and it comes in 30 different shades. I got it in the shade 250 Cent, and I just want to let you know a little bit more about this foundation. It is supposed to be a weightless foundation that synchronizes with skin and self-refreshes non-stop. So that's kind of like intriguing. Self-refresher, I don't know, for up to 24 hours for a flawless finish. Now, I'm not going to be testing these for 24 hours. I think it's just a little too much. And now, this foundation is supposed to give you a medium coverage with a natural finish. The formulation is liquid and is good for normal, dry combination and oily skin. It also contains SPF of 30. And there are some highlighted ingredients here. One is the Active Force technology, which is supposed to protect the finish from the effects of sweat, oil, and facial movement. Responsive sensory technology that helps foundation adapt to skin condition, tone, and texture. And a smart correcting powder, which is supposed to enhance the skin surface texture and tone. This foundation is also free of sulfates, parabens, phthalates, hydroquinone, and contains less than 1% of synthetic fragrances. So it does have some synthetic fragrance, which to me is a big no-no, or at least keep away from. But that is okay. I mean, 1% is not that much, but it's something if you are allergic to fragrances. So I'm going to be putting a picture of the ingredients right over here, but just want to let you know that the first ingredient is dimethicone. Second ingredient is water. Third is glycerin, and then it follows with other dimethicone type of ingredients. This foundation also contains 30 ml or 1 ounce of product, which is kind of like the common. And now when I open it up, I just want to show you the packaging. It's a matte packaging, all black. It has the line right here, red, and it says the brand. I mean, nothing too crazy. And then when you open it up, it's a really nice packaging. You actually have the spout right here. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the dispenser for Drunk Elephant products. Kind of like that glycolic acid or like the vitamin C serum. I don't know, it's just that type of packaging. On the top, you will see the emblem. And then this foundation is good for 24 months. That's expiration. And that's as far as the foundation goes. Now let's go into the concealer details. So the concealer costs $31, which is up high to be a concealer. I mean, I own other concealers that they are higher in price, but it is a little bit on the higher end, and it's okay because it's of the brand Shiseido, and we know that Shiseido is not an inexpensive brand. And now as far as the different shades, it comes with 16 different shades. This concealer is supposed to diminish the appearance of imperfection and provide medium to full coverage without to 24-hour wear. It has a natural finish. It has a medium coverage. It's also a liquid type of concealer. It is good for normal dry combination and oily skin, and it has the same ingredient as the foundation, the Active Force technology, again to protect against the effects of sweat, oil, facial movement. Same thing, responsive sensory technology to adapt and condition to the condition of the skin tone and texture, and then a smart correcting powder, which again enhances the skin's surface texture and tone. Now, the texture and tone, I hope it doesn't really enhance it in the way that I'm thinking of, because if that's the case, it's gonna really show off all my fine lines and all my bumps. Something that I don't want to see. And this concealer is also good to help brightening the look of the under eye fatigue and dullness for a fresh look. And this concealer comes with 5.8 ml or 0.19 fluid ounces. And again, the package is a carton box, black, matte. It is also good for 24 months after opening it, and the packaging is that rectangular kind of packaging, very modern, and it looks really good against the foundation. Now, if you are new here to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for the opportunity and for being here. I just want to let you know a little bit more about my skin. So I am in my late 30s. I show some signs of aging. So I have a little bit of lines here, under my eyes, on my smile lines. Also, I do have some lines right here on my forehead. I do have dry to normal skin, mostly dry, and I tend to have a reactive type of skin, so I tend to react right here on this area and on my jawline. I do have enlarged pores on this area right here, and I do have a light to medium skin tone. So that's just about me. And right now I'm also having a little bit of texture. I have little bumps everywhere. I have been on a trip on Disneyland with my kids, and it was really hot the 2 days that we were out in LA, and I just have bumps all over my face. Like, I had a little bit of a sunburn, not too much, just very like lightly, but I broke out, so I just have little bumps all over. So I'm hoping that this foundation will do some type of magic, hopefully. Another thing that attracted me about this foundation is that it says here that it's non-comedogenic, so that is great. And when a foundation has some type of SPF, please be diligent with your SPF. Apply SPF on your skin. It is extremely important. The foundation will not do the trick. It's just kind of like a booster. That's how you have to treat it, because the amount of SPF that you need to use under your foundation, it is greater than the amount of foundation that you will typically use. Anyhow, let's go into the application, and I will do just the same as I do with any other videos. On one side of my face, I will be using my Tarte Clean Slate Timeless primer just on my pore area, and on my other side of my face I will not use any primer, just to see how the foundation wears by itself and to see if those ingredients will do some magic on my skin. Alright, so now let's go into the application. Okay, so I'm gonna apply this Tarte primer right here on my right hand side, just on my pore area. And then on the other side, I will just leave it as is. And I have like lots of little bumps. I'm just so upset about it. So it does have a locking system, so you just have to twist, and then you may start pumping out. Now, I really like that because it makes it more secure when traveling. And the packaging is also glass, so if you're wondering. Okay, and as you can tell, it's a liquid type of foundation, but it's not super runny. It's a little bit more kind of like a moussey type of texture. Really nice. I don't know if I got the right shade. I hope so. So I just got like about half a pump, and this is supposed to be a medium coverage. I usually like just more of like a light to medium coverage, not fully medium. I do have freckles and I don't like to cover them, so I'm just gonna be using a beauty blender. And I think this is the method of application that I enjoy the most right now with this foundation, because I can tell it gives me right away a medium coverage. So I'm not going to be using a brush on this wear test because it will just give me more of a build-up coverage, more between the medium to full coverage. So, but if you like those type of, you know, finish, like a little bit more coverage on your face, I think with a foundation you should be able to achieve it. For me, this is fine right now. Okay, I think I got a shade too light. As you can tell on the screen, I look like a ghost. And as far as the finish of the foundation as of right now, it looks like a powdery type of foundation. It has this powdery type of finish that is natural, but honestly, I mean, also the shade is a little too light for me. Maybe like I should have gone 2 shades darker, at least 2 shades darker. But it's looking, I mean, it's emphasizing my texture to begin with, and it's kind of like a matte foundation, not even a soft matte. And oh my goodness, I look like a ghost. Sorry, I just have to have a laugh. Okay, my air conditioning just went on, so I'm sorry if you hear it, but it's gonna be another hot day here in California. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use this concealer. Now, as far as the concealer goes, I do have really dark circles, and they have kind of like a divot on my eyes, so my dark circles are profound, and they have kind of like a blue hue to it too, with purples. So just bear with them. So let me show you the doe foot applicator. It's kind of like an hourglass type of applicator, not too big, but honestly it's a very small size. I mean, let me just show you something really quick here. So this product right here, oh, by the way, I got it in 201 light clear, and the amount of product that you get on this is 5.8 mls. And here I have my Jouer one, and this one comes with 4.14 mls. So although the Jouer looks bigger, this right here has a lot more product. I mean, not a lot, but like 1 ml more product. Pretty interesting, huh? So anyhow, I just want to point it out to you because this could be a little bit deceiving. Now let's just go into the application. Okay, this seems to be a good color for me. It's just the foundation that is throwing me off a little. I'm just gonna apply a couple dots right there. Okay, I still see my blue hue from my dark circles. It's not that bad, but it covered well. I think I may need to go with a color corrector just because my dark circles, they just show a little bit more. And it seems like to dry again, kind of like the foundation with that matte powdery finish. Not my favorite gel, to be honest with you. Again, I will be giving you some updates as the day progresses, so just keep on watching. Okay, my friends, so I'm done applying my face of makeup. Yes, you will be like, is that your face of makeup? Yes. I just came back from a trip, so I need to do a lot of stuff today morning, so I just did something super simple, and then I'm planning to also do another video later on the day. So I thought, okay, let me just apply a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of highlighter and blush. Basically, I end up using this Hourglass palette right here, and I use this palette because I think the foundation needs a little bit of help. It looks natural, but it looks powdery and a little bit drying, and I have a dry skin. Now, my preference on foundations are mostly radiant foundations. Those are like the sweetest spot for me, but I can always make it work if I use some type of kind of like a radiant type of powder, and this is the one that I use. So I basically apply the bronzer, a little bit of the blush, actually this blush right here today, and that was it. And then for my eyelids, I use the Hoola bronzer from this little palette right here. And then for my highlighter, I use the Cookie highlighter. So very simple. And then for my lip gloss, I use my Hourglass lip gloss. And then I just put in some mascara, but that's it. So that way I can continue with my day. Now the time right now is 8:37 in the morning. And again, just to let you know a little bit more about this foundation here. It looks like a soft matte. It's not emphasizing my pores. I mean, here I used that pore minimizer primer, and here I didn't use it, and it looks very even, so I give that to the foundation. And it kind of reminds me a little of the finish of the Urban Decay foundation. This foundation, it also is supposed to have kind of this oil control type of technology, and I don't know if I'm gonna like that because I have a dry skin. But anyhow, I'm gonna wear it throughout the day, see how it's looking like. So far, again, is a soft matte lightweight type of foundation. It's emphasizing a little bit the dry patches that I have right here. So that's that, and it has that medium coverage as I mentioned before. Okay, my friends, so I'm gonna be giving you some quick check-ins throughout the day, so just stay tuned. Okay, my friends, so I'm giving you here a quick check-in. It's 11:46 in the morning. I had to borrow my daughter's cell phone here, but anyhow, I just want to show you a little bit about how the foundation is wearing. It has been grabbing a little bit on my dryness right here on my forehead, and it's kind of like settling into these, you know, the divots of my nose and my fine lines right here. I ate a quick lunch, so it has, you know, wrap up a little bit around my mouth area, not that much. I was trying to be as careful as possible. Now my pores, I don't know, my texture, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just kind of like emphasizing it a little. And the concealer, I mean, it's there, the concealer is there, but it's not really covering my dark circles. So that's that. And then it still has a little bit of that powdery finish. I mean, it does have that oil control type of technology that I think is working, because today is a very hot day here in California, where, you know, over the 80s, almost 90s, and it's hot, and I had been doing stuff, and I don't see, you know, a glowiness and oiliness. I still see that powdery looking, but it's kind of emphasizing a little bit more my texture than whatever I would like to. So far this is how it's looking like. Now I will have to give it this foundation that is very, very lightweight. So a little goes a long way, and it's lightweight. Okay, my friends, I will be giving you a couple other check-ins. So just stay tuned. Thank you. Okay, friends, here I am giving you another quick review. I'm out of a parking lot. It's 5:46 in the afternoon, and I have to say that the foundation has really helped control the oils. As you can tell, it hasn't become any dewy. It has become a little bit more of a soft matte finish, a little bit of radiance, but not that much. The only thing that I don't like is that it emphasizes a little bit my fine lines, my lines right here, my smile lines right there, and my pores. They're not super enlarged by the foundation, but I don't know, you just have this powdery type of finish that it makes it look a little bit too emphasized for my likes. I will be giving you my final thoughts a little bit later on today. As far as the wearing, so far it's wearing really good. I give it, you know, like it's solid, good long wearing foundation so far. Okay, my friends, just keep on watching for my final thoughts. Okay, my friends, it is right now 9:28 in the evening, and this is my final check-in for this foundation. So give me a solid 12 hours wear, and this is a very interesting foundation. At the beginning, I really didn't like much of the finish, because it felt like it was natural, but it looked kind of like a powdery, close to a soft matte type of foundation, and it is my preference a radiant foundation. So that's why I knew I was going for a natural foundation, but it had a hint of like a matte finish. Now let me tell you that there's some true statements about this foundation. It has, first of all, really long wearing. I mean, I see pretty much no fading, or very little fading, if any. Like maybe around here and right here where I ate and I, rub off my face. But pretty much the foundation is still there. Now it has faded a little in the sense of like from the medium coverage that I was able to achieve upon application. Right now I have more of a light to medium coverage. So it fades very gracefully, very naturally, not by patches. Now, what I don't like about this foundation, it is that in certain areas, like on my pore area right here, on my forehead, on my fine lines, and right over here too, as well as on the chin, I see like little, I don't know, the foundation has set weirdly, like with little tiny little bit of dots that they kind of look like white, not super white, but just little dots that, I don't know, just it looks really weird in natural light. Now it does really help with oil control. So today was a really hot day here in California. We were above the 80s, close to the 90 degrees. So it has that ability to kind of lock the oils. My only thing is I feel like it emphasizes texture. If you like natural foundations, this foundation may work for you. Now if you have super dry skin, you may need to go with a primer that has some hydrating factors. If you have texture like myself, I will suggest a primer that has a little bit of that pore minimizing type of feature. I don't even know if that will work. So to be honest with you, I don't see this foundation to be mature skin friendly. I think this is maybe for some skins that they are between their 20s, late 20s, early 30s maybe. What it can help maybe it is to use a setting spray. Like, it doesn't need to be a dewy setting spray, but just a setting spray that kind of like make your skin a little bit more smoother. That is my only suggestion right there. Now I think this foundation will be amazing on those who have normal to combination skin. And I mean, I cannot speak for those who have oily skin, but I think maybe for oily skin it will be perfect if you powder and then maybe set it. Very natural, very lightweight. Unfortunately for me, it's not the ideal foundation in finish because it's just not the finish that I like. Even though it's natural, like I said, it started to be very matte, and only until about the 7-hour mark it started to kind of, melting with whatever oils were there and kind of make it look a little bit more natural under my point of view. But yet I did have those little dots everywhere that I just don't like that much. Now, as far as this concealer, so at the beginning of my demonstration I showed you how the size was comparable to Jouer, but then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bring kind of like a cult favorite concealer and just share with you the size difference. The Tarte tape comes with 10 ml, while the Shiseido one comes with 5.8 ml. So this is half of this one right here. Another concealer, it is this one right here, but it's the Born This Way by Too Faced. This comes with 15 ml. So basically you will need 3 of these to make one of these. And to be honest with you, it does follow what it states. It has just a medium coverage. This is something that I know personally if I want to really cover my blue dark circles, I need to go with a color corrector. I mean, I think there's nothing magical yet, exception for these right here. This has helped me a lot many times, but this is a very much of a full coverage, and this one, it's kind of up there. It helps me to cover those dark circles. But anyhow, going back to these, this is truly a medium coverage concealer. It actually is, to me, not too natural. It's kind of like matte and dry type of finish. Now, by saying dry, it's really interesting because it doesn't crease. So that's good if you, for example, do not like to set these any concealer. I think this is great because I use very little powder. I don't bake, because if I bake, my fine lines, they show even more. So I just did a very light hand of powder, and even that, I mean, like, it has to last for a long time. This is still there. I mean, my dark circles, they are still peeking through as at the beginning, but it didn't crease. So it's a really nice concealer. The only con that I find out is the finish. Again, is kind of like that powder finish, dry look finish. I mean, it doesn't emphasize the fine lines, but it just looks dry under the eyes. And then another con is the price. It's really high in price. So for a mature skin person, if you don't have as many fine lines, and I mean, we all have fine lines, but if you have a little bit more of a smoother under eye, this may work. And if you don't have too pronounced dark circles, this may work too, because this is a very lightweight, again, kind of like the foundation, very lightweight. Anyhow, my friends, I think this makes the wrap up of this video. I hope you really enjoy it. I hope these reviews of both the foundation and the concealer is helpful to you. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you like it, again, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share with somebody else that may like this type of videos all about beauty. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost anything, and ring that post notification bell. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful and wonderful day. Thank you so much again for watching. Bye bye.